Father, we love you so much. And we thank you for right now, Lord, that we can come before you in prayer, Father God, and acknowledge that you are the one and only true God. And we thank you for that, Lord. We thank you for tonight, Father God, that we get to come before this wonderful school district and do the business of the district, Father God. But we also get to celebrate some young men and women, Father God, that have had some great success, Father. We thank you for that. We pray your blessing upon this district, that you watch over the administration, the teachers, the staff, the students, Father God. Just watch over it and bless it. Again, we thank you so much for Jesus. It's his name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Welcome, everyone. Okay, all right, welcome. We have a big crowd tonight. Desiree, roll call. Are we good? Okay. We're going to start with our part of open forum. Just a reminder, we do invite you to speak. We cannot provide feedback or answer any of your questions, but we definitely invite you to speak. So first off, we have Unified Bulldogs.
Jason Carter and the Unified Bulldogs. This group, probably the most important thing is they survived the bus ride. Just know that it was quite the adventure. I know the bus driver. So, Mr. Carter, come tell us about these folks.
Board members and Mr. Light, thank you for the opportunity to come tonight to recognize these amazing kids and what they've been able to accomplish. And they've handled a lot with the staff that we've had, so they've done a fantastic job. I come on behalf. I was the designated speaker. And so the other staff members that are with us is Jennifer Rogers. She's one of the functional academic teachers at the West Junior High. Amy Riston, she is the lead teacher at the West Junior High. Blair Pyland, she's also one of the lead teachers at the West Junior High. Samantha Pagnozzi, she is the functional academic teacher at the East Junior High. She's also AKA the primary. And Rachel Beasley, she is also one of the functional academic teachers at East Junior High. And I'm also one of the functional academic teachers at West Junior High. And it's been an adventure for all of us. And so we wanted to make sure that as we started this process of getting our programs up to the Unified Champion requirements for the junior highs, we wanted to work across the district. So in other words, not just West versus East. We wanted to make sure it was a program that went throughout the district, and we wanted to make sure that we were supporting each other during that time. And we've cried some together with the stress that comes with it, but we have made it work. And so this year, our Unified program, one of the big programs that we did was the robotics with Unified, and it was quite an adventure to say the least. We started the regional competition in February. We advanced 3 teams to state. One of those came from the East, 2 came from the West. We started the state. We were not really for sure if we were even going to go to state. I mean, we just thought we were going to survive just regionals, and lo and behold, we'd take 3. Well, in the process, that is one of the 4-day weekends, and so trying to find a bus driver was a little bit difficult. And so in the end, we ended up with the big dog driving a yellow dog to Bee Cave and Lakeway. So it was a very good trip, to say the least. And so at the regional championships, we had tournament champions, West and the East. In the skills, we had the West. When we went to the state competition, we came back with the gold, and that was West Junior High's team came back with the gold, but everyone did a fantastic job. And so it was a fantastic thing for us to do. We were really excited about that, and I was going to announce the kids' names. Is that the next thing in order? I mean, I just want to make sure that I get this right in order. Gotcha. All right, and for the East Junior High, we have Bella Ashlock. Ray Barrientos. Kaiden Hallen. Lila Anderson. Jason Sockwell. From the West Junior High, we have Truett Barnhart. We have McKinley Keith. We have Bentley Keith. Natalia Sines,
Natalia.
Aubrey Calvo, Lawson Adams, Leah Ramos, Luca Martinez. The members that are not in attendance tonight, but I would like to at least have their name on record, is Jaden Rangel, James Betteridge, Bella Kanami, Katie Sanchez, and Hunter Thomas. So all of those are on there.
Coaches, come on
All
out,
right.
guys, and y'all get part of it.
And then we also have a gift for you that we would like to talk about too. Would you like to do that before or after the picture?
Go ahead.
Okay. Again, it was a lot for Mr. Light to take time out of his day to take us on this trip, and it not only was it just a trip, it was a 2-day trip. So yes, so it was kind of like Gilligan's Island. It was like and so inside of that, Mr. Light, what you're going to find is the picture frame, and that is has all of the team members. That's why we went. There's some hidden gems in there in the bottom left-hand corner. I was not really aware that he was also a blockbuster movie hero, and he had 2 movies that were made for him. It was The Mechanic and The Waterboy. And he can let you know about that ahead of time, and you can certainly see, we found the actual pictures of him on those movies, so you can certainly look at that. We also have proof that you can get dirty too, especially when the bus does not stop the honking. And so we have the picture of your favorite dude sandwich on there as well, with the reminder that you are the bus driver. So, you can get your meal for free if you remember to say that out loud. And then we do have you a gift card from Dairy Queen. There's also some air horns in there as well to memorize that. And so that was to commemorate the new rendition of The Wheels on the Bus that he features the new lines. The sound of the bus goes beep, beep, beep all night long. And then if the bus breaks down again, you have a bunch of straws. So we hope that you're able to use those when that does occur. And last but not least, we have your grandpa candies for you. So there you go.
All right, let's take a picture over here.
Thank you.
There's a little backstory to everything he said. When you go on an overnight trip and you're more worried about the staff than the students, it's gonna be a tough trip. Just saying.
I want to say, how awesome the staff. I mean, seeing Unified program grow as much as it has from the high school down to the junior high is pretty incredible. So I appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank y'all for coming.
All right. Moving on to approval of previous meeting minutes. Did everybody get a chance to look at them? Any changes? Okay, and then we'll move on to our financial reports.
All right. Okay. Of course, with our meeting being a little earlier this month, the checks will only go through February 20th, and then next month kind of catch back up this from the last week of February. So the only thing to point out really with our bills, our payroll for the month was at $3,176,548. And then there was an expense to Vex Robotics. I just wanted to point that one out. It's a $20,368 expense. Amy Fetchy, who has come in and done an awesome job with CTE and is learning and doing great things, her, along with Mr. Van, applied for some grant funds through Northrop Grumman Foundation, and they did receive $21,000. So that went towards our engineering pathway. So that covers the expense there. So really awesome. We like when we can offset those kinds of things. So. Any questions on our bills?
On the, with CS Advantage USA, the insurance on the, for the roofs, how is that coming? How are the
So
roofs?
that,
Are
so
are all
we did,
roofs?
so the roofs are done, they do warranty those. They, you know, it was a challenge to get them off site too. I think we were, Mr. M&S or Dave. Yes, sir. They got all their equipment and everything. Okay, so the high school, that lot is cleared. We had, and this wasn't, I mean, just a roofing issue. We had some roof drains over at West Elementary that started having some problems out of the clear blue, and they're gonna get it covered by insurance as well. It's all part of the same thing. That wasn't CS Advantage. We are continuing to retain some funds because we wanna be sure all of the money that is due us in the course of work, there was some damage done that they've gotta repair. They repaired some things, but there's some other things that we've gotta make sure that they, take care of, so.
Same company or both different companies?
For which
Retain the
one?
money from?
Really, the only one is, that's a junior high and high school job, so that was CS Advantage, yeah. So we feel pretty good right now. You know, the thing is that they are gonna continue to monitor them. I think anybody out here will tell you, if we call, those folks, either through, Armco, which was the umbrella group, we could call them direct, we could call those roofers direct, and we get pretty quick response, I think, so. And, they're also, by the way, Armco's actually gone above and beyond, duty by going and helping us at East Elementary, for sure, and also East Junior High as well, so. And that was something they're just doing, as a courtesy.
I know we had the parking lot damage at West Junior High at the beginning. Was there other?
We had some computers damaged, when a roof drain leaked, and we had a copier damaged, so. All those things are in that 30,000.
Okay.
Good question, thank you.
All right. On to our bond statement of activity. This does look a little different than it has in the past. The following pages will contain all the actual activity, the payments to the different vendors. Just kind of the more expenses we get, the easier it is to just pull this report that has the same information that I was transferring to the spreadsheet. So we started the month with $128,481,000, and February 1st through the 20th, again, this is only through the 20th, we spent $2,890,000, leaving $125,590,000 on our bond. Funds. Any questions on any of those expenses? Okay. And going over to page 25, our cash balances. Our overall cash as of January 31st was $41,346,656. And this does include our debt service funds, so when we back those out, that leaves us in our general fund with $29,185,763, which, of course, like y'all know, our cash on hand with the 90 days, that still sets us up really good, so that's good there. And we did make the debt service payments, but again, those were in February, so we'll see those next month. Okay, on to our expense report. As of January 31st, overall expenses totaled $24,471,391. Overall percentage of our overall budget for that is 43.44%, which puts us a little under where we were in the prior year at the same time at 44.79%. And again, debt service, we had an expense or any payments as of January 31st. Any questions there? Okay. On to revenue. Our overall revenue as of January 31st is $36,541,971, which is 64.87% of our overall revenue budget, which is really good and ahead of where we were at this time last year. I just wanted to kind of point out two lines, one being object code 5744, which is our gifts and bequests. That does include that $21,000 that we received from the Northrop Grumman Foundation. It includes some DCOA funds that were helped purchase a forklift. And then we also received some funds for a tiny house for our construction program, for them to build a tiny house. So that's all included in there. And then the next one is 5839, state revenue from other agencies. This is, of course, outside of our TEA state revenue that comes in, any kind of state agency that we receive those funds from, that's where we're putting it. Some of that, a small piece of that is we received some payments that have to do with our PUP Academy for those who qualify for different reasons through the state for assistance. Those payments come in, and Jenny does an awesome job. There's a lot of reporting she has to do with that, but she's done a great job, and we see those payments coming in, which helps our people. And so, but a bulk of that account is $195,000 that we received from TCEQ, and that was part of the bus program, the reimbursement program, where we had to eliminate 3 of our buses and prove, I think there was a lot of proof that had to be, that we took those out of service. So that's a bulk of that account. And then, yes.
Are you about to leave that one?
Oh, no, I was going to point out one more thing.
Well, go ahead. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it was with debt service, though.
So in that area that she just talked about, that on the PUP Academy,
Yes.
those funds that we're receiving in that area are basically gonna offset the
Yes.
costs of the, of
Employer,
those students who
employee.
qualified
Yeah.
for that fund. So it's kind of a wash on that. That's not a true, add to the district's bottom line.
Right.
It goes, directly towards the costs of those
Right.
kiddos, so.
Yes. Okay. With debt service, I know that looks a little lower compared to where we were prior year. That is a timing issue, which is what we're going to have when it's based on tax deposits. So when I look at the beginning of February, we received a bulk of some tax deposits, and so that put us back to 91%, which leaves us closer where we were and kind of where we should be for the year at this point. So just wanted to point that out.
Where are we up to at Pump Academy, kiddo-wise, do you know?
59.
59?
Well, we will be, there's a new lady.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Any other questions?
I know our state revenue is up 61% compared to 48% last year, and that's because of the increase, obviously, in the homestead exemption and them paying more, offsetting the lack of taxes. How much more, how many more times will we get state revenue coming in? Because it comes in periodically, correct?
Yes, so it pauses while we're in the heavier tax payment time, so we're about to pick back up with those payments. February, we had one hit the end of February, and then it'll kind of start,
Picks up in
Picks
the
up.
summer.
Yes.
That's right, picks back up and really goes all the way into
through,
August.
yeah, and really September is when then we could get a chunk,
Yeah, get that.
get back.
Settle up.
Yeah.
Settle up everywhere.
And we're about 92 kiddos above where we were this time last year, so that'll be a.
Help with, yeah, the settle.
Thank
Okay,
you.
yes.
Any questions?
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright. We're gonna move around with this.
Yeah. So tonight, we're, gonna change our agenda order just a little bit. We've got Mark Blakely here, who heads up our Mentors Care program. And Mark, I think everybody has a handout that y'all sent. So maybe make a few comments about the Mentors Care program and what's going on.
Great. Hard to believe we're in our 5th year. I sometimes forget that I should tell a lot of people what we do. We pool students are referred to us through teachers, admins, and counselors. We then pair them with a mentor from the community. They meet for 1 period a week during probably 28 weeks of the 36 in the school year. We have school supplies in conjunction with Unified Bulldog. We have now school supplies for the entire school. They can come to my room. We have clothing, we have hygiene, we have anything you can think of. The biggest draw for students that are part of the program, not really, the biggest draw is 2 snacks and a drink every day. But that opens up, that gives me a chance to get my eyes on them. And even if they're having a bad day, they're still gonna be hungry. So I get to talk to them. And we track the interactions when students come to see me, not to talk to see their mentor for the week, but just need to unload. Students know that they're in a meltdown mode and they're having a bad moment. They can ask that teacher to go talk to Mr. Blakely, and that teacher will let them come. I'll hit some key numbers. This year we have 25 seniors. We've served over 77 students. I've got 76 volunteers currently. The support of the Wylie community is second to none. All schools, we deal in 22 high schools in the Metroplex. They have to work very hard to find mentors. That is one rare luxury that I don't have to worry about. So far this year, this is just through August through January of 2020, August 24th through January 25, we've put almost 900 hours of mentoring into the school. Some of the key stats that I think really are great, all 100% of our students, which is around 70 last year, met the 90% rule for attendance. All 100% went to the next grade level. All seniors graduated, and we saw a 79% decrease in disciplinary referrals for kids that were part of the program. And we have 3 main goals: graduation, show up to school, and stay out of trouble. And that's what we work with. We have talking points. Every student sits with their mentor weekly. We have talking points about goal setting. Why is school important? Sometimes they all think they're ready to go out and be on their own. And we talk about the cost of living. I think the biggest, last thing I'll hit on before I introduce my 2 guest speakers today is that we truly are an extra layer of support for parents. Anyone who's had a teenager, and I think many of us are, they go through a phase where they've disowned you. They've walked away from you. You think your kids are from a different planet. The mentors secure this unique relationship because that mentor is a friend. I've taken kids last summer that had graduated to speak at civic events, and the people that ask questions are amazed about how the student talks about, I tell my mentor everything, and the relationship they have. So parents need to know that while they are opening up to us, we have the same goals. We want you to graduate. We want you to make good choices. We are the same voice, just delivered from a different person. So today, the funnest part of this is I usually ask for 1 volunteer. I send it out to my 25 seniors. I had 2 young ladies immediately say yes. I could not say no to either one of them. I'm going to tell you both of them, right? You're going to hear first from Sophia Valdez. She is a senior and will be graduating this year. Her mentor is Jennifer Martinez. Jennifer has been with me all 5 years. And then also Lucy Weber. And Lucy Weber's been part of the program for a few years, and she is being mentored by Karen Light. So, Sophia, you get to go first.
Hello, as Mr. Wakely said, my name is Sophia. I'm a senior at Wylie, and today I just want to talk about how my mentor and mentor's care has made a real difference in my life throughout high school. So when I first got referred to be in mentor's care and I first joined, I was trying my best in school, but I often felt overwhelmed and unsure about my future. I always knew that I wanted to go into the medical field, but I didn't always know exactly what that path could look like for me and if I was even good enough or smart enough to pursue it. My mentor helped change that. She supported me not only academically, but emotionally and personally too. And as someone who is interested in healthcare, my mentor has helped me think realistically about different medical career paths, college expectations, and has even connected me with real-life people and adults that work in the medical field. This has made my goals feel even more real and more possible. One of the biggest ways my mentor has helped me is to build my confidence. There are many moments in high school when I doubted myself, especially when I thought about competitive programs and internships and big future goals. My mentor has reminded me that I belong in those spaces and that my effort, commitment, and passion truly matters. My mentor has also been there for me during difficult family situations. At times, things at home were stressful and emotionally overwhelming for me, and it was hard to stay focused on school while dealing with personal and family issues. Mentor's care has given me a safe and supportive space where I could talk honestly about what I was going through without feeling judged. Having someone who listens and understands me has helped me feel less alone and more supported during some of the hardest moments of high school. Whether it's helping me choose a prom dress or helping me through my family problems, my mentor has always been there for me. She has also helped me learn how to set long-term and short-term goals, especially when I was trying to balance school, work, volunteering, college classes, interning, and extracurricular activities without burning out. My mentors taught me how to manage my time, stay organized, and take care of my mental and emotional health. Because of my mentor, I've learned how to communicate better and advocate for myself, skills that are important not only in school, but also in future career settings where teamwork and professionalism matter. Overall, Mentors Care has helped me become a more confident, focused student, and most importantly, someone who truly believes in myself and in my future.
Hi. Okay, I'm Lucy Weber. I'm a senior at Wylie, obviously. And whenever I think about Mentors Care, I don't think about a program. I think about a space where I don't have to pretend, a space where it's okay if I don't have everything figured out, a space where I feel safe and seen. Mentors Care has been more than just meetings on a schedule. It's been conversations that matter, and sometimes those conversations are me talking the entire time about my life, stress, anxiety, and sometimes it feels like a full-on monologue. But the amazing thing is, my mentor listens to me. There was a time when I was at my lowest and I felt overwhelmed and broken. I felt like I was laying on the floor trying to pick up shattered pieces of myself and not knowing how to put them back together again. In that season, my mentor and Mr. Blakely showed me something that I desperately needed to see, that someone cared. Not because they had to, not because it's their job, but because they genuinely cared about me. And that gave me hope to keep going, to power through when everything in me wanted to fall asleep and not wake up. If they can give me hope, then they can give anyone else hope. I'm not afraid to tell my mentor anything. I know that she won't judge me. She's been there when my faith has been tested, and she's been there when I've been angry, when I've been sad, and when I've been happy. She's seen me go through breakups and loss, but she's also seen me get accepted to college and become an adult. She's seen every version of me, and she has never walked away or been judgmental. She's kind and reliable, and that's what teens and young adults need in today's world. In a world of negativity, having someone who truly hears you is everything, and that's what Mentors Care is. It's support, it's guidance, it's hope, and I think every student deserves that. Thank you.
And in closing, I have to recognize my mentors. I mean, all these mentors do an incredible job. There is no job description to be a mentor. So many people say, well, am I right to be a mentor? You are right. Is it an easy job? No. Is it a rewarding job? Yes. Is it challenging? Like you will never know. But I think any mentor that has been spent years with me, and both these ladies have been with me now 5 years, they will tell you that they get as much out of it as the students do. And I can't thank the school board for their support of this program. I promise you that we are making a difference in not just the kids that are in the program. So many kids come in that room and just say hi. And I'm glad to be part of it. Thank you.
So just, again, at the start of each year, you get parental permission
Correct.
to have them in the program. You try to match mentors with these students.
Correct. And then the magic starts. The first week is just getting to know you, and we're on a bit of a fishing expedition to be sure there's some commonality. I cannot tell you the number of times an adult has walked into my room after their first meeting and said, I just met my younger self. That I am mentoring what I was. I should be able to do this. Kids think that adults have not had challenges. And when I interview students, the first thing I do is I share my story. And that breaks down a lot of the walls because they don't want to talk to somebody that hasn't struggled. They want to be sure you have walked some of those steps.
Martin?
Yes. I was going to say, I vividly remember when we had this program, And it was right after COVID, and I remember thinking, are we gonna be able to afford this? Because we weren't getting, like, we only got some, and I remember being like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be able to afford it. And now I look and I hear the story, it's just priceless. Like, you look back at the thing, and there's no amount of money that you can put to what they go through. I mean, to look back and thinking, can we afford this program? And now I'm like, well, there's no way we can't afford it.
Because sometimes you don't know the impact in the first 5 years.
Yeah.
It could be 10 to 15 years before they come back and say, thank you so much. But there's no doubt we're helping to change their trajectory for the better.
It's cool. It's really cool to see it now, 5 years later. And that was the scare 5 years ago, so.
First of all, we are very proud of both of y'all. Congratulations on all your success. Keep it up. All right. Martin, man, you're doing the Lord's work, dude. I can't thank you enough. I know how much of yourself you pour into the program, you pour into the community. I know we've got a great contingent from Dice that are part of your mentors.
Absolutely.
Man, you're the best. And I did want to ask one question as far as, I know I spoke to you a couple of years ago, maybe a year ago or so, just about how much the program has grown. Do you still see, are you still full as far as your spots, and how's that?
The average, the goal for Mentors Care at any school is between 55 to 65 students. We're at 71. Some superintendent talked about if you've got a good running back, give the guy the ball more. And so Dina Petty and my bosses agreed to take it up to 70. We currently have a waiting list, and when I say waiting list, these are referrals from the school that of students I have not interviewed, because I am full, and that's about 55 to 60 students. But again, know that the program does have finger point touches of students, and the school supports it incredibly. So if a student's having a meltdown, they don't have to be part of Mentors Care to come talk to me. I triage it and then get them to the proper person, but I make sure they know that you're gonna get through it, they're gonna be okay, and they have people here, the whole school, that cares.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, I'd also like to thank the ladies that are going through all this. I think you've done it for 5 years, and I happen to be married to one that's done it for 5 years, and it's done a lot of good for her. So I appreciate the work y'all done with her.
Thank you.
Thank y'all again. We appreciate it.
Great job, ladies.
All right. Consider an order authorizing issuance of unlimited folder funds.
Yes, ma'am. So, we shared with y'all that the, Prop C in our bond election was for personal devices and technology. Y'all remember, we really were aggressive in getting a lot of personal devices in hands. We originally, intentionally, only took 2 out of the $6 million that was in Prop C. We were authorized for the additional 4, and what we are seeing now is we are in really good shape with our total number of devices, but we've got some aging out, and so we have utilized the funds that we have in that pot. And one of the things we found out is you're not allowed to use funds that are in pot A for for C. And so with that said, we would like to go ahead and pursue that other $4 million in bonds as soon as possible. And so the information is that it looks like if we approve that tonight, we can access those funds by April, the last part of April, and that this would our financial advisor is very conservative, and he thinks it add approximately a penny to the tax rate. However, I really believe that with our property value growth that we are seeing currently, that it would be very close to a wash. that's what we would like to do.
When you presented it to us, you talked about where it's gonna be over so many years. What's the time frame you're using? I think that was a question that we had.
Right, so the technology devices are different than buildings, of course, and so we know that those expenses have a much shorter lifespan, and so they try to design these bonds to where we pay them off in a shorter amount of time than the long term. And we will continue to roll as we take devices out of our inventory to replace as needed. And so, again, I think it's at 5 years is what my memory is on the technology.
So it's a big giant tech refresh, basically.
That's right. And we're not gonna, again, we've got a lot of personal devices that are much newer, so we don't replace the whole lot. We replace those that age out. And then the next year, we'll replace those that age out.
Gotcha. So
5 years to use them or 5 years pay off? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but
That's
he
right.
knows, I think when we talked to Nick, he knew our timeline.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
How far out we
So
wanted
that-
to make
Yeah, I was
decisions.
gonna say, okay.
That's right. And Catherine's been a big help, you know, she's been through this whole bond process, and she was a big help as we worked with Nick and Nick Boulash, our financial advisor, and Jeff Goulbus, who is our bond attorney, make sure we're doing things correctly.
Any other questions? Motion, yep.
Make a motion to approve the order authorizing bonds.
I think we need to word it to where you're also,
We give Joey Lyle.
give Joey Lyle the authority.
Okay, delegating Superintendent Joey Lapp the authority to price and
Yes.
sell the bonds at a later date.
That's right.
Yeah. All in favor? Okay. All right. Consider approval of the proposal for FM 707 roadway improvements.
Okay, so the majority of this bid was for the deceleration lane that the South Elementary will have that heads back to the east, so that they'll be able to leave the main flow of traffic and get in the deceleration lane and exit. There's also lining and signage that is part of this project. We thought, when we first did this, that the cost of that was gonna be a lot more. Bonte won the bid with, at $481,842. $481,842. If you will remember, because there were so many unknowns about that at the time of the bond, not the bond, but when we started working through all the contracts on this job, we allowed up to $2 million. So we're way under budget with this, and so that's a real positive. Bonte, of course, is one of the premier paving groups in Abilene, so we're thrilled that they took that.
what type of signage are they gonna do? Obviously, it's like school zone,
Speed,
lights.
yes, school, speed limit signs, so just for those of you who haven't heard this, you know, that speed zone out there is 75 currently. They, actually, as we talked to them, they felt like that should have been lowered before, but they're gonna go from 277 to the south and then back to the east, and they're gonna lower that to, I believe this, state said 55. It's a really interesting dynamic. Most of that is state highway, but also we're in the city limits. So it's a little bit of a dance that we do between those two entities. And I will say this, TxDOT has been very good to work with, the City of Abilene has been good to work with, but we ended up spending a long time, as y'all know, well before the beginning of this project, laying these things out, because we knew it was coming. And it's gonna time out perfectly.
We kind of
So-
went through something similar with Old Wayne with Eastern Media, didn't we?
That's correct. Now, we do have more, that's still to come. They gave us a deferment on that until we added the second phase, which we're in the process of doing. But in that one, we were going to, actually pay them for the services provided. They don't, that's gonna be in a future board meeting, but right now, I think they're gonna ask us to just pay outright for the things that we've improved, which it's half a dozen, 160 of them, so. We're just appreciative to be in this position. It looks like that, now, I don't foresee that being done real early in the summer, but I think it will be done well before school starts. As a matter of fact, we'll be meeting with, all of our paving contractors. I've got it on the calendar, I think it's Thursday. Making sure we've got our priorities right.
And I know I've asked this multiple times, but just entertain me again real quick. I know there was a lot of talk expanding 707 in front of like Beltway and West Junior High. Is that still happening? Did that get pushed back?
That is, no, you can see, they are plodding along, but that's between Buffalo Gap Road and 83, 84. All of that is supposed to have 4 lanes plus a turn lane. And so, you know, that doesn't help us, but, it's right there.
Doesn't it go to 1750?
No, that's not what I
It
understood.
doesn't go all the way out.
That's not what I understood. I heard it was 83, 84.
Do you know when that's gonna start? Have you heard anything?
Well, I've heard several things, and the last I heard is it may be longer than what they had originally.
Sounds about right.
A lot of things happen. So,
Okay, any other questions? Okay. Any motion?
Motion to approve proposal for FM 707 roadway improvements.
All in favor? Okay. All right, consider approval of proposal for paving the parking lots.
a lot of paving going on here. Let me also, I mentioned TxDOT and City of Abilene. Hibbs and Todd, Improtech, are the engineers on these projects, and they did a great job of bringing those people to the table and helping us work through that. Also, Hibbs and Todd have done the plans for the West Elementary, the early childhood, intermediate and high school paving, and also some more at the junior high. So I would like to look at these each individually. The West Junior High is the only one that was won by Radon. Now, the West Junior High project, just FYI, that is gonna be some additional parking for staff on the west side of the building. So if you're familiar with that area, there's a dumpster and teacher parking and there was a gap between that teacher parking and the fence. Well, we utilize every space on that, so we're gonna extend that to the fence. In addition to that, at the training center, which is really on the same property, we're gonna add parking on the east side of the training center and then repair and replace the west side. So it's gonna be that whole,
Where the baseball
training
field
center.
is?
It is where that little practice field.
They're losing the practice.
I know.
Yeah, we're losing a practice field. We just, you know, if we had a crowd of any size at that facility, that old parking lot's just not enough.
How is the money that the, you know, like the roofing company that did the damage to the parking lot, how are they gonna? You know what I mean?
That'll be a whole separate deal. That'll be a separate check. That's not part of this. And so that amount for West Junior High is, and for Radon, is $392,355.05. The rest of these were won by Bonke. And they combined West Elementary and Intermediate. Now, just a little background about that. West Elementary It's mainly that front parking lot, which is on the east side of the campus, and the drive up to it. And, there's on the north side of that building, we're gonna just add a few more teacher parking spaces. We're not gonna, I think, next year, if y'all remember, that West Elementary is actually gonna drop in enrollment. So we wanna see exactly how this plays out. And then the drive that goes from West Elementary to Intermediate will be
It's like
repaved.
Caliche parking lot,
That's not, this, the one I'm, which one are you?
in the front of the building.
In the front of the building is
That's gonna
Caliche.
be repaved.
That's correct.
Okay,
That's
so
all
that
gonna
will
be
no longer
paved.
be Caliche.
There's,
Okay, good.
there's part of
Uh-huh,
that
'cause
that
that's
is
what we're-
concrete,
Uh-huh,
and that concrete will remain.
okay,
But then the Caliche part will all be paved.
Good.
okay.
And they'll have a, we will move that drive off of Hardwick. Right now, it kinda is, closer to that exit. We're gonna move it closer to the center. You know, you gotta be careful with that, because it is close to that exit. You don't wanna back over, cover up the exit, but you also don't wanna force the people that are heading north and have to turn left into that drive. You don't want the, Waldrop traffic causing people to back up over that. So we're putting it about dead center. So all that'll be good, the drive between the campuses will be good. And then I will say thank you to Mr. Boone. Where are you, Mr. Boone? Mr. Boone helped us a lot in trying to redesign what we're doing at the intermediate. One of our main goals is getting traffic off the roads, which is a big deal if you've been over there. We are, gonna, on that east side of the campus, that's gonna go from 2 lanes to 4 lanes. And then as you enter that campus, and so it doesn't back up, we've taken that, where they, turn and kind of make that U over there, on that side where that Caliche parking is. And that will be, extended farther to the north and then come around in multiple lanes. And so we're gonna get that off of there. And then we are gonna, on the west side, that little circle drive, that'll be a grade level. Mr. Boone, did we say that's gonna be 5th grade?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna put the 5th grade over there. They're gonna be able to come off of, Beltway South, and 5th grade only use that, and 3rd and 4th grade, Mr.
Fourth in
Boone?
the front, third in the.
4th in the front and 3rd on the side. It's gonna take a little training, but we think we can get everybody off the road if we do this, and really
And no more
utilize.
Caliche there either.
I don't wanna say none, because on that north side of the elementary, we don't think we need that parking lot. There is some Caliche on the very north side, it's right, runs parallel with, Walton.
Okay,
It's up there on that north side. We think we're gonna be able to
but
do it.
where you're talking about the pickup area is.
That's correct, that's
Okay.
correct. Again, we're not actually gonna reclaim that Caliche. Let's see what happens. We'll get them out of the mud. If you're ever over there,
That's it.
yeah, that's right. We're gonna get them out of the mud on the pavement. So that's the West Elementary and Intermediate. The early childhood, did I give y'all amounts yet? No, I didn't. The West Elementary and the Intermediate, quite a bit of pavement work there and curbing, $1,065,795. The early childhood, this parking lot on the east side, which is, it's not Caliche, it's Millings, that will be replaced. That's a fairly small lot, $213,700. And then the high school, we're gonna pave the visitor parking lot. We're gonna pave the north of the doghouse and the north parking lot between the field house and the show barn. And we're gonna pave the transportation facility. That road, now just a little perspective, if you've been down to the high school and the north side of the stadium, you see a lot of fencing we're doing right now. That road that is gonna wrap around that new building kind of swings a little bit further to the east and then heads north to the transportation facility, and that is a concrete, and that's part of the contract for the high school edition and the athletic edition. So that part is concrete, and that's already in our contract. They'll pave all the way up to that, and then we'll have everything back there. Those of you who had to go through those parking lots by the doghouse, I apologize, it's terrible, but we're about to get that.
What is this gonna look like, construction still going on? That's my concern.
So, it's a valid
Or is
concern.
there a lot of
So
waiting?
we have been, we don't, they have told me they don't need to be on that part of the parking lot. The construction traffic.
Okay.
Now, here's the trick, is, construction workers. We've got a pretty big area that, we've got fenced off for laydown pad, but we don't think that's gonna be enough for the workers and the supplies that have to be the red iron, all the trades have their laydown area. And so we think that we're gonna end up using the parking lot with vehicles. I'm not worried about vehicles on that parking lot like I am heavy equipment, concrete trucks, things like that, so.
And then are we gonna have to redo those at the end of it? Or anything, I guess, to?
Shouldn't have to do anything over. Now, we may have just a little bit of a patch that we've got to cover between that north drive that goes north of the ag facility and where that drive is gonna go through. I think it's covered. And so that'll be all the parking that we do this summer. Next summer is if we are closer to finished and we've got most of the heavy equipment done, then we'll look at the stadium parking lot, which I say stadium, but it's the student parking every day, every day.
This
So,
sounds like a silly question, but what do you do about the summer programs? What's the time? I know that sounds like it
that
doesn't
is
matter,
not
but it
a
does
silly
matter.
question. Reagan will tell you, we've already had some meetings about that, totally unrelated to paving, but just we thought we were gonna have some electrical, downtime. We actually were able to work with the engineers and the contractor and the construction manager to work on a lot of things off-site and then bring it in, and we think it's gonna be mainly, looking at, like a 3-day weekend, which is totally, they had originally told us 2 weeks.
What about these? Like, what about the
These,
parking lots?
so we're gonna talk to them, again, Thursday, I think. We're gonna talk to our pavers.
So when there was no time frame on this when they got?
No, they know they've gotta be done by the school.
Okay.
I'm a little concerned about, some of the things
This
that
feels
we
like
do
a lot
with
that
our.
that one company has to do for.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. I will say, if we can get out of their way, they can move. Aaron will tell you, when they finally started moving on his campus, we paved that whole front area really, really fast. So they can put down paving. There is a lot of coordination, there's no doubt about it, and we've also, in addition to talking to Reagan, we've been talking to Coach Fetchy, and I'm talking to Mr. McDonald, Kyle McDonald, because band starts in like the middle of July now. And that, I've got a little nervousness about that. But I think we can keep them on the west side of the campus. They're just as close to the band hall parking on the west side as the campus as they are in the football area.
Sillier question than that. Is that, I know over the last few years, the students have painted parking spots. Is that still happening, I guess, with the new?
I don't know that that would be, now,
Doesn't matter,
I don't know
just-
when they started that, but
They start,
middle of July?
late July, early August.
Should, might be,
I only ask because I've been asked, so I know it's silly, but.
actually, and of course, that area, we won't be really hitting that area.
I didn't hear that area as one of the places that they're working.
Right.
Did you give us a dollar?
Did I give you a dollar amount on that, which one, high school?
High school.
All right, so the high school, again, Bonke, $2,995,660. And this area, again, is a little under budget of what we thought it might be. We thought it could be as high as 6. You know, it's definitely a lot, but it is less than 6.
This all falls under Prop A.
This is all under Prop A.
Any questions?
So if you would, when you make your motion on these, list the campus, contractor, and amount.
You wrote them all. Are you good? Are you good? Okay.
Make a motion that we approve the paving, proposal for a parking lot at, early childhood, which is in the amount of $213,700 at the West Intermediate.
Tabonki.
Oh, Tabonki, yes, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Tabonki. And then at West Elementary and West Intermediate, also Tabonki, in the amount of $1,065,795. And to the high school, also, I said, yeah, high school is Bonke, and that is for $2,995,660. And then West Junior High to Radon in the amount of $392,355.05.
What do you say for East?
Yeah, I think you missed out at 600.
So which one?
Is that
1,665.
East Intermediate?
No, she did it right.
I
She
thought
did.
you did.
Okay, okay.
She was
Yeah,
1,060,000.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
And
good.
an extra 6.
Just wanted to make sure.
Don't think I don't have
Nice.
yours.
A lot of information.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Consider approval of lighting.
Okay, and so we added the turf practice field. You know, the big impetus for that was band, making sure they could get off our parking lots and have an all-weather surface, but we utilize it for band and baseball and softball and soccer and football. It's really utilized, but there's a need for lighting because we go really early, especially with the band. We tried some other typical things that I try to do to get lighting out there that wasn't very successful. You know, everybody walking with a pen light in their mouth just doesn't work for the music. No, I'm kidding. Miners have, you know, kind of.
Wouldn't be surprised, Joey.
But this is by Musco, this lighting. This is a buy-board, product, and it is 4 poles. And it's the same lighting system that we have on the football field, the baseball, the softball, and the tennis. So when I asked Coach Fetchy to go work on the lighting at the whichever place, it's not having to learn a different system every time. And so, I think it's gonna be a good complement to what we have.
When are they gonna start that?
He actually thinks he's gonna start, I've talked to them, and it could be pretty soon. I mean, like, within the month. And he doesn't think it'll take him but 2 weeks.
All right, I will make a motion for a buy board contract with Musco Lighting, the amount of $259,000 for the lighting project at the high school practice field.
All in favor?
Alright,
All right. Principal reports. All right.
I'll try to slow down. I won't be as fast as last time. No. Okay, so at East Intermediate, great things are happening. We have 181 students in 4th grade, 194 in 5th grade, and we have 95% attendance, which is fabulous. We did have our open house with our silent auction, which was really fun. So teachers donate their time with students after school, before school. So some of the fun things were a rocket launch day in the spring, lunch with the nurse. Mine was construction with Miss Carrie, so we're gonna build like a Lego set. So we had a great time at our open house with that. We did have our Valentine's Day parties where our military squadron came and sat at lunch with them because the kids were super hyper that day. So it was a great day for them to be around. We have new fencing around our playground with 3 bars, which is safer than it was before, which is great. We love that. And new, what they call fabric going around, so looks very good. And we have new kindness shirts for Wednesdays. Kids and students were able to purchase those and wear them on Wednesdays just to promote some kindness. Our drama club had their performance. It was fabulous. They actually wrote the play themselves, so if you haven't seen it, it's online. It's very great. 3 soil and water conservation poster winners from 4th grade. And 4th grade has started a book club in the morning for students who wanted to participate in that. They've had 3 different books going on, which is really fun. And then we've been looking at some data. From beginning of the year to middle of the year, they took the same test again, and we saw huge growth. That's one of the little charts some of the kids made that just show how great our students and teachers are doing. So that's all. Questions? Thanks.
how's the space tree?
It's great. They told me all about it. It's great.
It's got a
Okay.
balloon on it.
Does it?
I know, I need to check it out.
Yes, it's alive.
Okay, well, West Elementary, you can see our numbers are pretty much the same. We have not gone up much. Our previous events, there's quite a few there, but I'm just gonna list some of the most important. We had our video kickoff for our Be a Buddy fundraiser, and the military came, as you know, I mentioned last time that they come every month and do something with our kiddos. They came last month and had lunch with the kids. We did our GT testing, and that went great. We finished it. And then tomorrow we have our open house, and PTO is having a art show fundraiser. The parents can buy the art, and then the proceeds go to PTO. We have a couple of music programs coming up, 1st grade and kindergarten later on, but that's going to be coming up in March. Our military is also going to be coming on Friday to do some arts and crafts in the classroom for 2nd grade. And then our 2nd grade competed in this little soil and water conservation awards banquet is going to be coming up, and they competed and won. 2nd grade won 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. So they always, it's really neat. They get their picture taken with their poster, and then they get a little envelope with some money in it. And the grub is really good. They always have somebody that comes and cooks. I think it's going to be barbecue. Usually it is. It's always great. And towards April, we have a few other things going on. Mainly the Be a Buddy, Build a Bear fundraiser truck is coming. They're all excited about that. And then the military will be reading to the students. And then we have M class again. So that's all.
Okay, for early childhood, you can see our enrollment up there at the top. And like I said, we are getting one more student to the Pup Academy. So instead of 58, that'll be 59 there. Okay, down in the activities. So this is Read Across America Week and Dr. Seuss's birthday. And so various Dr. Seuss books we're reading this week and activities that go along with it. And today was green eggs and ham, so we all ate green eggs. Well, not everybody, but most everybody ate green eggs and ham. And anyway, so today was the only day that we were eating, and then so then later in the month, after we get back from spring break, we're going to have our book fair, and it's going to be through Robin's Book Nook Paper Pie, and we had them last year, and it was pretty successful, so we're going to have them again. At the end of the month, we're going to have our egg hunts, spring parties, and then mid-April, we're going to purple up and all wear purple in recognition of our military students. After spring break, we are also ordering butterflies and ladybugs, and so we'll get them towards the end of the month so that they can be ready to fly and go outside for Earth Day, and that's April 22nd. And that's when they'll start planting seeds and that kind of thing. Okay, under other information, we have 8 boys and 5 girls who are participating in the PAL program, and it started February 17th. And then during the pre-K farm unit, we had Becky Lavorne, I believe that's the way that we pronounce her name, of ML Farms. She brought wheat berries and then a grinder to grind the wheat berries. She did that here at school with the kids. They were able to feel of the wheat berries, and then also after they grinded the wheat berries, they were able to feel of the flour and everything. And then she brought everybody bread that she had already made, so the kids loved it. And then that's about all. We had lots of fun in February with our staff celebrations. We did all kinds of things, lots of different trivia. We played a Mardi Gras game of rock, paper, scissors, where the winner took Mardi Gras beads. We had food trucks. We did a celebrity crush for staff, where the staff we tried to guess whose was, I don't know, they actually did pretty good on guessing some of those. And then we just did all kinds of things, Random Acts of Kindness Day, and we did our VIP picture board, which is our very important pets. And so it's also down there, everybody sent pictures of their pets. And I think that's all. Are there any questions? Okay.
Right, Wylie East Elementary. I submitted this, and we had 3 new kids enroll, so the number's a little off. So we're up to 735 kiddos at our school, and our attendance is still sitting strong at 95.43%. So we're excited about that. We have completed our STAR interim testing, our M-class testing. Our teachers have done a great job meeting in their professional learning communities and segregating all that data and making really good decisions for instruction. Our gifted and talented testing is completed, and our emerging bilingual students are really working hard on the Lexia English program to make sure they're ready for the TELPAS test that's coming up soon. And our 3rd graders continue to work really hard for the STAR test, and the teachers are doing some STAR strategies. They're handing out tickets if they're implementing their STAR testing strategies, and we'll have a STAR carnival for them to spend those tickets. Activities update, we have 319 kiddos that have been nominated for our Acts of Kindness Club. PTO will be doing one of their fundraisers. We're having a movie night on the 27th, and we just shot out the Google form for all the homerooms to vote on which movie they want to see. Our Valentine's parties were a big success. It was really fun. We have lots of field trips coming up. We are going to do grade level field days in May, and our PTO is really helping us out with that, and I know our Dice Squadron is going to loop in with us as well.
We're doing a Change for Change fundraiser for the Child Advocacy Center. We do that with our third grade each year. We raise a lot of money, and our career week was amazing, and thank you to those of you who came and read to our kids or spoke to them. It was so fun. We had a beekeeper come, and the kids loved all the presentations, so it was really, really good, and just want to give hats off to Ms. Gonzalez, our Communities and Schools advocate, and Ms. Thompson, our counselor, who worked really hard to put all that together. It was really fun. We did, speaking of our Dia Squadron, we missed them during the government shutdown, so we were super excited that they've been able to jump back into some things. They all came for our lunches the other day, and the kids had a great time getting to hang out with them. I do think our Strive for 5 attendance campaign, 5 or fewer absences, is paying off. Lots of classes are spelling Bulldogs, and we are having to create more rewards. We kind of ran out of like what we had initially thought how many times classes would spell Bulldogs, but some of them have gotten up to 8, and so we're just adding rewards. We played bingo with the principal, and popsicles, and sidewalk chalk, and whatever we can think of to help them. And our newest incentive is for the month of March, and for every single kid that comes every single day in March, and of course we have spring break off, so it's not that hard. They can do it. It's going to get a little ice cream treat, so we're excited about that. Our kiddos are doing great things outside of school as well. We had two girls make it on the all-star little dribblers team, Sky Thornton and Shower Coyle, so we're excited about that. And then some upcoming events. We have our music programs for first grade. That'll be this week. And I'm so excited about this. We're going to have our very first kindergarten graduation, and we're going to do it in conjunction with our music program. So the kids will sing, and then they'll be announced, and we've got the cute little stoles that they're going to wear. And our kindergarten team has done a great job. They did a little Hats for Hats fundraiser, so they got to wear hats and pay $1, and then that's going to help us with the little mortar boards that the kids are going to wear. So we're excited about that. And then we'll do our kindergarten welcome meeting also in May. Right Across America, Ms. Salmon talked about, we're doing that this week. And we're also doing our readathon fundraiser, so we're wrapping that up. And we continue with all our safety things around campus, keeping our kids safe. Our theme this year is making our mark. And I just wanted to give a few people some shout outs. Mr. Arvizu is our behavior coach, and he also speaks Spanish. So he has helped us and helped our student services team with one little friend that needed some special education testing, and so he translated for that. We really appreciate that. He amplifies no job is not my job, which we appreciate. And we were shorthanded a lot last week, and Miss Peters, our receptionist, she was out there, doing drop-off traffic, and she was helping with all kinds of things. She's helping in the clinic when we didn't have a nurse, so we really appreciate that. And Miss Burleson, who is not normally on our campus, actually came over to help us because our nurse has been out some, and so it's been a blessing that she's been able to come and help us out as well. So appreciate all those people and making their mark each and every day. Do y'all have questions? All right, thank you.
I know this is next month, but Ray, shout out to the dodgeball. Man, that was awesome.
That was not me, it was student council.
It was great.
Very student-led, it was awesome. They did a great job.
Freshmen are beasts.
Freshmen were feisty.
Yeah, they were.
They were.
The first thing I want to do is say thank you to our taxpayers, and it just feels like Christmas all the time with all the things that are happening. We talked about the parking lot. That's exciting to get that fixed. The first of the year we had our floors and paint, and then as soon as the bond was passed, as Mr. Light mentioned, we had those Chromebooks in. It sounds like they're the round and things are coming. So thank you again. We appreciate that. We're rocking at the West Intermediate. Just want to kind of jump around a few things. I want to highlight. Again, every Wednesday, Ms. Smith comes with our military kiddos, and Darcy finally got me on board with this stuff, and it was amazing. The 7th FSS, we had great days. We've got, we're going to celebrate in April for, as everybody mentioned, the Purple Up on April 15th. But those guys, the men and women were rock stars. The kids really loved it, so that was a great thing. We're glad to be a part of that. Just going to jump around some student achievements. So far, we have 14 students that have reached the 1 million word reader mark. We have those highlighted there. Last week, we celebrated for the fourth 6 weeks. It's all running together. We had 24 students. We celebrated hardest workers. We had book fair bingo after our book fair, and a lot of fun there for our readers, everyone that met their AR goal. And then if you doubled your goal, we did a little ice cream with me, so I like that. So I get 4 lunches of ice cream. It's nice. We also recognize students every day with our possum tickets, and today, both of our RISE students, our teachers recognized our RISE students for sharing and being kind. And so that RISE team, as I mentioned, every time I come up, they are unbelievable. We appreciate that. Our faculty, the training that we had some IXL sharing. That program's amazing, but we had 4 different teachers come up and show other teachers kind of what they're doing. A lot of teachers were doing some of the same thing. They learned some extra tricks, so we spent our time wisely with that. We also had lots of fun things people were talking about. We had a little Super Bowl tailgate, strawberry lemonade day, just different things. For some after-school activities, we do different things. We have our Sunshine Committee that will send out, we'll do some after-school activities. And we went to the driving range last week, bought a big bucket of balls and took my wife's clubs and my clubs. And I'm not the best golfer in the world, but I like to have a lot of fun. And we had a great time, just having fun. And some people have played, some never have, and we just all had a great time. And so it's just kind of good to get together outside of school and have a good time. Our counselor, I have a lot of things listed that she does. Miss Montoya is unbelievable. She is doing so many things. We've been blessed with outstanding counselors. You can see all of the things that she's doing. We had a mock 3rd grade STAR test today. We kind of added that because we were just worried with those kiddos, those 3rd graders, they have to type. And even though we've already done the MOI, we were just worried about the rigor of that, testing for 2-3 hours. And one teacher said that they do practice stuff every day. One teacher said that one of her kids was like, okay, I finished my first 7, I'm good to go. I was like, no, there's several more. So it was good to go ahead and practice that and get that rolling. We'll do another one of those on Friday. But you can see all the other things that she's doing, and the STAR test is coming up in April. Our teacher incentive allotment, we finished our observations for our 18 teachers that are eligible for that and all of our walkthroughs, and we are about to start summative conferences. And big thing there is not only student growth, but teacher growth. We're seeing a lot of growth out of that. We mentioned safety and security. You see our different audits, our different drills. We were audited today. And so 100%, Mr. Burns is unbelievable. We celebrated Mr. Burns for school marshal. I think that was last week, but he does an outstanding job. Any questions about the West Intermediate? Thank y'all so much. Everybody looks good.
Thank you.
A lot going on.
And Bond.
Yeah, so bond update, just as you probably know, we finally got a certificate of occupancy at the Ag Building. We have moved all of the shop equipment into the new shop, and I think at the end of the day, we had all of the classroom furniture moved over. We've got some new furniture, and then after we all get settled in, we'll go back and look at exactly where we are and get some more items. The band hall, the pad was poured. They should be standing still this week. So that's gonna really be nice to see that happening. The elementary, we're still on target for May 1st completion, give or take. I will say that when I go out there and see all the work that's gotta be done on the outside, I'm like, God, can we get there? And they still are telling me they think that they're gonna get there. So, East Intermediate, I actually did not get out there. Have they poured? They have not poured yet, the slab. I don't believe they've poured.
Not yet.
No, I don't think.
They've been drilling into the foundation of the
Yes,
existing
that's
building.
right, that's right. They're tying into the existing foundation. So, high school, again, the fitness, outdoor fitness pad has been poured, and it is, they'll be working towards installing the equipment soon. Just a reminder, the gym bleachers have been inspected, and they're looking at the repairs to make to those. The softball and baseball turf, we got that for you tonight, but, we did get that in as well. Of course, a lot of paving projects, as y'all heard, and then the lighting project at the practice field, so, a lot going on. Jonathan is working hard on, the, technology updates, and then in addition to that, Mr. Bacon is continuing to work with our bus fleet and coming up with some ideas to help us be more efficient there as well. So, that's what I've got.
Okay. We'll move to executive session.
Thank you all for coming